All right, so here we are talking more about introduction, measurement, and estimating. Chapter 1 of Giancoli, sections 5 and 6 is what we're going to look at today. So standard units, meters, second, kilograms, we will use those a lot. Anytime we talk about length, we want it meters, time, and seconds, mass, and kilograms. If those units are not provided, we want to convert to them, okay? And you can see the standards here, but just understand meters, seconds, kilograms. In physics, we get there, we're good. If we use the metric system, you get your prefixes, and this is the whole list, and you can see all the abbreviations, excuse me. And what we use is, of course, not all of them. I mean, we'll get to some kilo, and we'll definitely do some centa and milli. Micro, nano, pico, you probably talked about in chemistry, but those are the big ones. I mean, some of these others come up now and again, but it's not big. But kilo, centimilla are what we see the most of. Again, SI system, basic units, kilograms, meters, and seconds. But the other SI base units, electric currents, the amp, that is definitely something we'll deal with. Temperature, Kelvin, you did a lot of that in moles for amount with chemistry. And then, of course, for luminous intensity, which is just brightness of a light, is candela. The big issue is that because science uses the SI system and the metric system, our British system that we use, the English system, is the one that we have to convert from the most. So we got to go from feet to meters, pounds to newtons or kilograms, and then of course seconds stays consistent. But just understand that some of the measurements we do, we will have to do some conversions. Now to convert units, if you're going in the metric system, it's just powers of 10. We're just moving a decimal. That's the best for us. But sometimes we're going to have to convert things from meters to feet, or for an example, and we just have to have conversion factors, like 1 meter is equal to 3.28084 feet. That's quite the conversion. We probably won't go that far. 3.28 is probably good enough, but we can use that then to go. Okay, 8,611 meter mountain is 28,251 feet high, and that's what we're going to talk about the most here in this video. So the first problem is this one. Okay, so 8,000 meters, and we want to know it in feet. So pretty simple. We start with 8,000 meters, and we want to convert it to feet. And I mean, a quick Google search will tell you that 1 meter is a little over 3 feet. So I'm going to round this thing to here. All right, with 3.28 feet. And then all I want to do is plug this into here. Remember, meters, and 3.28 feet. And then I just multiply and go. So I'll get out my calculator. And I take 8,000 times 3.28, and I get 26,240 feet. Now, I'm asked for sig figs. I only want 1 sig fig in my answer. So with 1 sig fig, my answer is 30,000 feet. But that's the process you'd go through to solve that problem. The second problem is this one. Okay, so in this problem, we're talking about area. So we have 880 squared feet, and we want to convert it to meters. So we're going to use our same conversion factor of 3.28 feet and 1 meter. But our issue is that this is squared and this isn't. So it's an easy fix. All you do is you square everything, okay? So we're squaring feet and meters in our numbers. So our feet squared will end up canceling, and our answer will be in meters squared. So with my calculator, I take 880 and I multiply by 1, which is 880. Then I divide by 3.28 squared. And when I do that, I get 81.797 meters squared
2 sig figs, 82 meters squared. So that would be my answer, it'd be 82. So squared or cubed, we just want to make sure we square everything in the conversion factor when we do it. And you can go from regular to non-squared to squared in no time.
The third problem is this one.
All right, so here we're converting a rate, and a rate is like miles per hour in this case. So I have 55 miles per hour. And we want to convert that to meters per second. And the conversion factor we need to know is this, 1 mile. And again, this is just a quick Google search. 1 mile is 1,609 meters. So I go 1 mile, 1,609 meters. And now we got meters per hour. But I believe, I'm gonna look back at the problem here, I think the problem's asking meters per second. So we know 1 hour is 60 minutes, and we know 1 minute is 60 seconds, okay? So 55 times 1609 divided by 60, excuse me, divided by 60 will give me an answer. Let me get my coffee. So quickly we'll punch those through. 55 times 1609 equals, divided by 60 equals, divided by 60 equals. And I get 24.58, right? And hours and minutes cancel, meters per second. 2 sig figs would be 25 meters per second. And that's how I would solve that. Now, if I want to go from meters per second, or miles per hour to kilometers per second, I could sit here and go, okay, 1 mile is 1,609 meters, but I also know that there are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer, or you should know that, and so that gives me kilometers per hour. So now I just take 55 times 1609, hit equal, divide by 1,000, and I get 88.495, which again, 2 sig figs would be 88 kilometers per hour. So that would be my answer in kilometers per hour.
The fourth problem is this one.
The question asks, how many centimeters cubed in 1 meter cubed? Cubed goes along with when we squared earlier, that I know 1 meter is 100 centimeters. But that's cubed. I got to cube this, cube this, cube this, cube this. So meters cubed cancel. So I take 1 times 100 cubed. And when I go 100 cubed, I get 1,000,000. So the answer will be F in this case, for this multiple choice problem. Again, if I want to go from cubed, if I want to use a regular conversion factor, I want to cube it, just cube the whole conversion factor, and everything's good.
And the fifth problem is this one.
All right, lastly, we have somebody traveling 15 meters per second. And we want to convert that to miles per hour. Okay, so we want to go from meters to miles. We talked about that earlier. 1 mile is 1,609 meters. So I go 1,609 meters to 1 mile. And that converts meters to miles. I'm in miles per second. I want to go from seconds to hours. 60 seconds and 1 minute. And then there's minutes and 1 hour. Minutes cancel, seconds are here. I got miles and hours left. And now it turns into calculator mesh, and I take 15 times 60 times 60, and then I equal that and divide that by 1609, and I get 33.56 mph, miles per hour. And if the speed limit's 35 miles per hour, not exceeding the speed limit, so 15 meters per second is perfectly acceptable for this speed limit. Conversions can be done a lot of different ways. Just keep track of when you do rates, upper and lower. When you're squaring, you square. When you cube everything in the conversion factor, and you'll be good. If you have any problems with the assignment or any questions on these, let me know.